What is the purpose of life? This question is truly profound, isn't it? It's one of those big questions that each of us will encounter at some point in life. When everything around seems to move too fast, you might start to feel lost. If you're feeling this way, don't worry, you're not alone. The question, what is the purpose of life, is one we often face in our quiet moments. And while the answer may not be simple, each person will find their own way to answer it. Have you ever asked yourself this question? Have you ever just sat still and wondered, what's the purpose of life? Not the textbook answer, not the cliches. The real, honest, deep down truth. Why are we here? Why do we do any of this? You know, life moves fast. We're born, we grow up. We study, work, chase goals, pay bills. Sometimes it all just blurs together, and in quiet moments, driving alone, staring at the ceiling, or watching the sunrise, that question shows up again. What's the point? Am I just surviving? Is there something more? If you've asked those questions, you're not alone. And you're not broken. In fact, it means you're waking up to the truth that life can be more than just existing. When we hear find your purpose, we imagine it has to be something huge, like changing the world, starting a movement, or becoming famous. But maybe purpose isn't always that loud. Maybe it's simple. A reason to get out of bed, a moment of kindness, a conversation that makes someone feel seen. So why does purpose matter? Because when you live with purpose, you stop drifting, you start choosing. Life gets clearer. You feel more grounded. You. And when the hard days come, and they will, your purpose is what keeps you going. So, how do we find it? Let's start small. Ask yourself, when do I feel most alive? What makes time fly? What gives you energy instead of draining it? Those moments, they're not random. They're clues. Next, ask, what breaks my heart? What injustice do you care about? What makes you say, someone should do something? Maybe that someone is you. Also, look at your strengths. What comes naturally to you? Listening, creating, solving problems, lifting others up. Your purpose often lives where your gifts meet someone else's need. But listen, you don't think your way into purpose. You live your way into it. So try, explore. Say yes to something new. Fail, learn, adjust. Clarity doesn't come from waiting. It comes from doing. And stop waiting for a sign. Be the sign. Take one small step today. Even if you're unsure, even if you're scared, that step could change everything. Now, once you find a sense of purpose, how do you keep it alive? You create space to check in. You build tiny habits that reflect who you want to be. You let your purpose grow as you grow. And most of all, you surround yourself with people who believe in the version of you you're still becoming. Look, you don't need a perfect plan. You don't need a grand mission. You just need to show up with intention, with heart, with courage, one moment at a time. You matter. You are not here by accident. You have something to give, something to live, something no one else can bring to the world but you. So start now. Start small. Start honest. And live on purpose. Hey, before you go, what's one thing that makes you feel truly alive? Drop it in the comments. I'd love to hear your story. Let's grow together. Let's live with purpose.